Dear friends, welcome to the science class. In the last class, we completed the Newton's second law of motion. That is nothing but the rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to the external force applied. That is nothing but it is equal to F equal to M into A. Today in today's class, we are going to discuss about the Newton's third law. Newton's third law of motion. So that third law we are going to discuss today. Third law of motion. For discussing this thing, I am going to take some examples. Right? Physics is everything about the daily activities. Whichever we are going to learn in the physics, it is about the basic of that physics, nothing but which way we are going to see in our daily lives. So now for example, first take the example of the swimming. Right? You are going to swim in the water. What you are going to do in the swimming while swimming? First you are going to jump in the water. In that jump while swimming, what you are going to do? You are going to pull the water towards you. Right? You are going to pull the water towards you. Now if you are pulling the water towards you, in which direction you are going? In which direction you are going? You are going in the direction of the water, or you are going in the direction opposite to the water. Right? If you take the example here, this is presence of the water. Inside it, then you are swimming. So you are pulling the water towards you. So the pulling of the water like this. Pulling of the water like this, so that you are applying the force in this direction. Let me that force is as Fa. You are pulling the water towards you. In which direction you are going? You are going in this direction. You are going in this direction. If we check here, if the direction of the force applied in this direction, the motion should be also in this direction only. You should move in this direction only. But what is happening here? You are moving in the opposite direction of the force applied. Whichever force you are going to apply, on that force you are going in the opposite direction. Right? In the same manner, if you take another example, that is nothing but we have a tire, the big tire of the truck or of the tractor, which is kept outside the ground. So for playing purpose, we are going to jump on that tire. We are going to jump on that tire. What will happen when you jump on that tire? We are going to go higher. So when you jump on that tire, the tire is going to get inside. It is going to sink like this. What happens after some time? It is going to apply the force on us, so that we are going again jumping on the tire. Right? First we are going to stand on that tire. When we jump on that tire, the tire is going to getting inside. Then after some time, it is going again up in the upward direction. It is applying the force on us in the upward direction. Right? In the same way, if you take another example, there will be a number of examples to illustrate Newton's third law of the motion. If we take another example of the boat, or you can take the example of the swimming again. If you don't want to take the example of the boat, in the swimming, there will be presence of the tubes. Now, earlier for purpose of the learning the swimming, we are going to use the tire tubes, which is filled with the air. So that those tubes we are going to use, and we are going to keep on our backside, so that we shouldn't sink in that water. For that reason, now some of you may learn the swimming. You have learned the swimming, so that what you are going to do here, you are going to keep the tube inside the water, inside the well. On that tube, you are going to jump. Now what will happen when you jump on that tube? The tube is going to go in the forward direction. That tube which is kept inside is going to move in the forward direction due to the application of our force. Now in which direction we are going to fall when you jump on the tube? We are going to fall in this direction when you jump on that tube. So both the forces are in opposite direction. This force also in the opposite direction. In the same manner, if you check the sailor who is jumping on the, or who is jumping from the boat, what he is going to do there? He is going to apply the force on the boat, so that he is going to jump on the forward direction. So when we apply the force on the board, the boat is going to go in the backward direction and is going to jump in the forward direction. So both the displacement in the opposite direction. That means there is a force applied in the opposite direction. There is a force applied in the opposite direction. If you see here, see each and every example here. If you take the example of the swimming, if you take the example of this tube, if you take the example of the boat, if you take every example, in those examples we are seeing the two conditions. That those two conditions are nothing but if you remember that if an object have to move, there should be application of the force, right? There should be application of the force. Here two objects are moving. Two objects are moving. In that manner, two forces are acting on it. Right? On each object there will be each force is acting on it. That means two forces are acting on it. But if you check the motion here, both the motions are in opposite direction. Both the motions are in opposite direction. So the force applied, the magnitude of the force applied is equal, but both are in opposite direction. So for that thing, we have a generalized statement. That generalized statement is nothing but what? It is the third law of motion. That is nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this is the third law of motion. So we can say that third law of motion is generalized statement. You can write that statement. Also you are going to write this statement also. Whenever a body that nothing but a object exerts force on the another body, force on another body, right? The second body, right, exerts an equal and opposite force on the first body. Equal and opposite force on the first body. Right? This is the third law of motion. Nothing but whenever a body, if you take the example of this body A and this is the B, if it is exerting force on the body A is exerting the force on the body B, in the same manner, this body of this object B is going to exert the force on the A in each magnitude will be the same, but it is in the opposite direction. It will be in the opposite direction. Or you can say easiest statement for the third law of motion. It is nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. There is equal and opposite reaction. Equal and opposite reaction. If you take the example of the water we are swimming here, we are pulling the water towards us. But what water making here? What water is doing here? Water is pushing us in the forward direction. How much water we are going to pull? In the same manner, that much water is going to push push us in a forward direction. Because of that condition, while swimming, how much water we are going to pull, the amount of water which we are going to pull is going to identify our speed in the swimming. So the amount of water we are going to pull is maximum. In the same manner, the amount of the force which is coming from the water will be maximum. Because of that, we are going to swim very fastly. Right? Water is having an opposite reaction to our action. In the same manner, if you take the example of this tube also, when we jump on the tube, actually we are applying the force on that tube. In the same manner, that tube is applying in the same manner but in opposite direction. It is exerting force on us. Because of that, we are falling forward, tube is going, so we are falling backward, the tube is going in the forward direction. It is also because of that. In the same way, if you take the example of the tire also, when you jump on that tire, we are exerting force on that tire. In the same manner, tire is exerting force on us in opposite direction. Because of that, we are jumping again. We are jumping again. If you remember at the start or at the end class, I think I given an example that when we fall on the water, when you jump into the water in a well, first we are going to get inside the water, but without our action we are going to come back on the upper surface when you jump into the water. Why it is so? When we jump, actually we are applying the force on the water. Water is exerting equal and opposite force on us. Because of that equal and opposite force, again we are coming towards the top of the water surface because of the Newton's third law of motion. It is because of the Newton's third law of motion. Right, that's nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. If you want to write the advantages here for the Newton's third law of motion, you can write anything. There should be equal and opposite reaction. So if you take the example, general example, if you want to take the example of a boy proposing a girl. Why he is going to do? He is going to propose a girl. So he is going to take the flower or rose and he is going to propose a girl. It is the action of that boy towards that girl. What girl is going to do? She is going to slap on his cheeks. It is the reaction of that girl to action of the boy. So for every action there is equal. Slapping is the equal reaction, but it is opposite reaction. Equal and the opposite reaction. If you want to take that third line like this, you can take. If you want to remember that third line, you can remember like this. That's nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Right? Don't write those things in examination. Just for general purpose, for remembering purpose. Right? Now we are going to see some more examples of the Newton's third law of motion. Now take the pistol. Right? If you see in the television or of the army people, they are going to hold their guns or pistols like this to the body, to the shoulder. Like if you see in the sniper guns, they are going to hold those guns onto shoulders. Why onto shoulders? Because when they fire a bullet, the bullet is going to move in the forward direction. The bullet is going to move in the forward direction. That bullet is going to exert the force on the gun, so that gun is going to move in the backward direction. It is going to move in the backward direction. Because of that, because to reduce that movement, the army people or the actors which are present in the TV, in the cinema, they are going to hold the gun on their shoulders, so that the gun should not move in the backward direction. For that reason, while using the gun, while using the pistol, don't hold at your eyesight. At this side, like this. Why? If the bullet is fired in this direction, due to the opposite reaction of that bullet, the gun is going to come into backward direction. So that gun is going to harm your eye. Because of that, don't hold those guns like this. Right? Because of the recoil of that gun, it is going to come in the backward direction. If you want to take another example, the stretched arrow. Right? We are going to stretch that thing. So that by because of the stretch, we are pulling it in this direction. This arrow or this rubber, whatever we are going to use here, it is going to produce equal and opposite reaction. If you are stretching it in this direction, it is going to come in the forward direction. Because of that, arrow is going to move in the forward direction. Right? For each action, there is equal and opposite reaction. This is the Newton's third law of motion. And if you want to write advantages, there is n number of advantages you can write. If you take another example of the athletics, now athletics, in that athletics, if you take the example of high jump or long jump, in that high jump, the athletics is going to come, the jumper is going to come. At that point, he is going to apply the force on the ground. He is going to apply the force on the ground. In the same manner, the ground is going to exert the force on that athlete in the magnitude of the force is same as the initial height. It is in opposite direction. Because of that, he is going to jump. Because of that, he is going to jump higher. How much force is going to apply on that ground? That much force the ground is going to exert on that body. If the force amount is higher, he is going to jump higher. So this is the about method of motion. That is nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Right? Now next we are going to study about the conservation of the momentum. So for that reason we are going to do an activity. So we are going to use two cards which have the wheel from there and below which have the wheel. So on that card we are going to use two students. Let us student A and B, a boy and girl. So A is the girl and B is the boy. So they are standing on the cards. So why boy and girl? Since they have different weights, she will be lightweight, he will be heavyweight. Because of that, we are going to take one boy and one girl. So what we are going to do here, we are going to provide a heavy object, which is heavy one. We are going to provide an object which is heavy one. So we are going to provide that heavy object to the girl and take them to play with that heavy object. So then the girl is going to pass that heavy object to the boy. The boy again is going to pass that heavy object to the girl in this manner. And we are going to draw a white line across both the people. We are going to draw a white line across both the people. So what happens here, when this girl throws that heavy object towards the boy, he is going to catch. Again that boy throws that heavy object towards the girl. Right, if you check here, the heavy object having the same amount of the force by the throwing. She is going to throw in the same amount of the force, he is also going to throw in the same amount of the force. So there is an amount of force, the force is equal one. But the moment of the girl as well as the moment of the boy will vary. It is going to vary. That is nothing but the boy and the girl are accelerated differently. They are accelerated differently. What does it mean if they are accelerated differently? The amount of the force is same only, but both are accelerated differently. Both are accelerated differently. That is nothing but both are having the different momentum. Both are having the different speeds. Right? The amount of the acceleration, the amount of the heavy weight or the mass of the heavy weight remains same. But when they throw it with each other, the acceleration of that heavy object or the moment of both boy and girl is different one. It is different one. Why it is so? We are going to see by the conservation of the momentum. We are going to see by an experiment. So we are going to take a ball here. We are going to take two balls. This is a ball A and this is ball B. This is ball A and this is ball B. So let the ball A mass is MA and ball B mass is MB. Right? Ball A mass is MA and ball B mass is MB. So we are pushing the ball A towards the ball B with an initial velocity of UA. With an initial velocity of UA. And when that ball hits, this is the initial velocity, and this ball is going to collide with the ball B like this. MA and MB. This is before the collision. This is before the collision. The ball are going to like this. They are going like this. This is at the collision, at the moment of the collision, at the time of the collision. So both will be together. Both will be together. So after the collision, what will happen? I am pushing the ball in this direction. This ball is going to collide with this ball. So that this ball is going to exert some force on this ball. This ball is flowing. By the rest position of this ball is going to change because of the force which is going to apply by this ball on ball B. So if I push that ball, the ball is going to move and it's going to hit the next ball. After the collision, next ball starts to move as well as the speed of the first ball is going to reduce. Right, the ball is going to reduce. So that after the collision, the ball A having mass A will be moving with the velocity, final velocity Vg. It will be moving with the final velocity Vg. In the same manner, the ball MB will be moving with the final velocity Va. This will be the Va and this will be the VB. So initially pushing moving with initial velocity UA is going to collide with the ball B which having the mass MB. After the collision, the first ball will move with the speed of VA and the second ball is going to move with the speed of the VB. It is going to move with the speed of the VB. So when you check here, the rate of change of momentum of ball A, the rate of change of momentum of ball A is given as the rate of change of momentum. The rate of change of momentum of ball A is given as, so it's here, the rate of momentum of the ball A, change of momentum of ball A is given as what? The ball is having the mass of ma, right? And what is the change in the speed of that ball? That is nothing but VA minus UA. Initially it is having the speed of UA. After collision it is having the speed, final speed as VA. So then VA minus UA divided by time taken is T. The rate is nothing but T. Right? So in the same manner, the rate of change of momentum of ball B can be given as how? Ball B can be given as is equal to how much? It is MB in the bracket VB minus VUA UT whole divided by T. After the collision, the speed will be VB. Before the collision, speed will be UB. The speed will be UB before the collision. Right? So then, after the collision, before the collision, the speed is UB. After the collision, the speed is VB. Therefore, the rate of change of momentum can be given as MB, the bracket VB minus UB divided by T. Right? So, we already know about the Newton's third law of motion. That is nothing but, if we take here, the force applied on a ball object or ball A is FA, right? This ball is going to exert some force on this ball, B ball. So the ball exerted force of the ball A, that is nothing but FA on ball B by the Newton's third law. This ball is also going to exert the force on ball A, right? Each and every action has its own reaction, and nothing but for every action there is equal and opposite reaction. So this ball is also going to exert the force on this ball A. So what will be that force? Let that force be the FB. Let that force be the FB. So that we can say that by Newton's third law, that Newton's third law, that is nothing but what? FA is equal to what? Minus FP. FA is equal to minus FP. Why minus here? For every action there is equal and opposite reaction. Because of that opposite reaction we are taking here as minus because of the Newton's third law of motion. Now if you take Newton's second law of motion, Newton's second law of motion is nothing but rate of change of momentum is nothing but what? It is the external force applied. It is the external force applied. So that the rate of change of momentum can be taken as force. If the rate of change of momentum of ball A is can be taken as the force applied by the ball A. So which can be given as FA can be given as MA in the bracket VA minus UA divided by T, which is equal to what? Force applied by the ball B, and nothing but the rate of change of momentum of ball B is equal to what? It is the force of the ball B. So it can be given as minus in the bracket MB in the bracket VB minus UB divided by T. So T get cancelled, which can be given as MA into VA minus plus into minus minus MA into UA is equal to minus MB into VB into VB minus into minus will become plus, so that it will become what? MB into UB. into UV, right? So this can be written as Cn. The rate of change of momentum is also equal to rate of change of momentum here. Both are the momentum are same, but this momentum is in opposite direction. Because of that, we can say that this momentum is conserved. Whatever momentum we are going to give initially, it is conserved after the collision also. So it can be given as here. We are going to take the positive side one side and negative side one side. So that if I take this value to the LHS side and this value if we take to the RHS side, it will become what? It will become A into VA plus this minus comes into the LHS side, it will become plus. So it will be MB into VB equal to MA. It will become MA into UA plus MB into UV. MB into UV. This is the law of conservation of momentum, which can be given as MB into EB here. MA into VA plus MB into VB equal to MA into UA plus MB into UV. This is nothing but it is the law of conservation of momentum. Law of conservation of momentum. So see here. This whole thing, that is nothing but MA into VA and plus MB into VB. This is the velocity of the ball after collision, right? This is the velocity of the ball A after the collision. This is the velocity of the ball B after the collision. Is equal to, it can be given as, these are the momentum of the ball A and B. These are the momentum of the ball A and B after collision. In the same manner, MA UA plus MB UB. These are the momentum of the ball A and B before collision. So these are the momentum of the ball before collision. These are the momentum of the ball after collision. So momentum of the before collision and momentum after the collision both are equal here. See here, MA into VA plus MB into VB is what? It is the momentum before after the collision. It is equal to MA into UA plus MB into UB. It is the momentum of the ball after the before the collision. So both are same. Before the collision momentum is also same. After the collision also momentum is also same. If both are same, then we can say that momentum after the collision is conserved. The momentum after the collision is also conserved. That is nothing but this can be said that this is known as law of conservation of the momentum. Law of conservation of the momentum. Whatever momentum is present before the collision, it is also remain. It is going to be same after the collision also. Right? So, law of conservation of momentum can be stated that the momentum of two objects, after the collision is unchanged or conserved. It is unchanged or conserved. So this is the law of conservation of the momentum. That is nothing but the momentum which is present before the collision is also going to remain after the collision also. Right? That can be given as MA into VA plus MB into VB equal to MA into UA plus MB into UB. So if you ask in the examination, explain about the law of conservation of the momentum for 3 or 4 marks, you should write this statement as well as you should derive this expression using this experiment of the ball, so that by using that experiment we we should state that the law of conservation of the momentum. So this is all about the today's class. In the next class, we are going to solve some numericals and we are going to complete this chapter. Up to that point, thank you. Take